Okay, give me a minute.
Nick, before we start, can I ask you a question about
Yes, please.
25th and 26th? I realized English and Mandarin class is the same day, and are you gonna train on the together English and Mandarin, or what are you training?
No idea yet.
Oh, okay. Because I'm trying to sell that day lah. Even my
Oh,
mom is taking, so yeah, I'm trying to see where you go. That I was so poor there.
oh, I have no
Yeah.
idea yet because that day we are arranging for other trainers too. So I'm
Okay.
waiting for
Yeah.
our trainer to respond before
Okay.
before I will know which day I'm training.
Okay.
Thank you
Great. Thank
for
you.
being so supportive.
Yeah. My mom is gonna rope in all her friends. So yeah, hopefully.
So do you want Chinese class or English class?
She's okay. She's bilingual, so anything
Oh,
is good.
okay,
Yeah.
then that is good.
Mm,
That's great.
mm.
Okay, thank you everyone for coming for the class for this for the HEC training session for this evening, and we'll be sharing today on this thing called self-employed person SEP. We'll be looking into this thing called SEP for tonight. So give me a minute. Let me share the screen.你有声音，开声音。你有插你那个什么吗？那个麦。Please give me a minute. Please give me someone at the door. Please give me a minute. Sorry.
Got shopping. Okay.
Hi. So sorry about that. Want to open the door to become a pickup boy.
Your wife did some shopping, right?
Hey. Yeah. Shh. There's recording ongoing. I never know was she spying on me on my recording or not.
Excuse me on my snoring dog. About my snoring dog.
Oh,
Just in
no
case you
issue.
hear any snoring. Okay.
No problem with that. Okay, thank you so much for coming this evening. And so we are moving into this 15th of July. That will be our session for tonight. Give me a minute. So this will be the latest update for the month of September. No, sorry, the month of July. September. So looking forward to my birthday countdown. Okay, so we have Jaslyn, 21, Lavelle, 9, Jinder, 4, Alvin, 2, Raymond, 2, Stephanie, 2, Chiseng, 2, and we have Agnes, Sunny, and Benson, 1. This will be our latest update for asset today. Oh my gosh, I'm always forgotten to update this part. So sorry about that. My fault. Okay, and that's to share with you the latest update for our, this is something that we have shared a few days back. So just to remind everyone again, just in case you have forgotten, now we have approved for self-employed person scheme, $11 per hour for all NTUC union members and $10 per hour for non-NTUC union members. Please submit the LOE together with registration form. So if your learners are self-employed person, kindly remind them to submit their LOE letter. If they forgot to submit their LOE letter, do you know what will happen to them? Make a guess.
Nothing will happen. No money.
Bingo. Paul knows that because Paul went through this himself. Okay, please submit your LOE letter. LOE letter is very, very important. So we'll be going through this thing today. And Okay, just pardon us for this is the old pricing update because we're still waiting for Music Factory to give us the latest one so that we can have this subsidies WTS being replaced by WSS. So if you look at this up to 90% funding, the funding, so it's a $800 program for WSS and mid-career enhanced subsidies for 40 years and above. We need to only pay for the course fee at $40 only. No, sorry, $80 only. Okay, so this is something that we will just know about it.
So for WSS, we don't know what the new subsidy level is yet.
It's all 90% across the board, 90%. So,
Okay.
but we're just waiting for them to revise this pricing brochure to send it to us because until now we have been purchasing after them. But so sorry about that. We're still waiting for them to give it to us.
So that I'm clear, this after the subsidy, the remaining $80 can be actually claimed from SkillsFuture.
Yes, they can pay either by a SkillsFuture credit or pay by cash, $80.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is strictly purely for people who are SEP, and then they from there they can also doing this thing called claim for this funding. So that's where they have this thing up to $11 for NTUC union member and at $10 for non-NTUC union members. Okay. So today we'll be moving into this thing called self-employed person. Now, SEP. This is something that I believe most of us are eligible for this thing over here for tonight in this area. So what is SEP and who are eligible for it? So first of all, they must all be Singapore citizens or permanent residents or self-employed persons. And they must submit their notice of assessment income tax 2020 to IRAS in the capacity of SEP, and they must have a positive net trade income. Yeah, positive net trade income. So you're not eligible for it. You've been suspended from claiming training grants from government agency. So this one, please let your clients know, let your learners know that they must submit this. Yeah, just to check with you guys, do you all know how long will it takes for you to get your SEP status approved or your LOE letter given to you? Make a guess.
5 working days.
How many days?
5.
5 working days. Okay, okay. Any more? Anyone? Any more?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. Effectively, it's about 2 weeks. Effectively, it's about 2 weeks. Do you know how long was mine before I
years.
will receive my? So sad. 2 years is too long. Any more? Yeah. How
Got
long
it
did I?
within 3 days, right?
Sorry, come again.
You got it within 3 days, right?
I got it within 3 days. Madam, I got something to share with you. One of our HEC got it within a day. One of our HEC member got it within a day. I got it within 3 months.
Huh?
What's
3
the
months.
reason?
No reason.
How can no reason?
Just no reason.
You apply together with Angie that time.
You're overqualified.
I applied slightly later than her. I
Wow, that's so
submitted every single thing. So when you guys gotten your SEP, I was still waiting for it. I was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. So I wrote in an email to them. I said that, hey, is there anything that I can know that I need to look out for and stuff like that. So it took me 3 months, before I got my. So please, seriously, I really have no idea. And after 1 month, I wrote in my email, and then I still remember I got mine on 1st of July. 1st of July. I wrote in on 1st of June to make an inquiry. 30 days later, I received an email from them. So on 1st of July, officially, I gotten a reply from them. Yeah. So if you ask me, I was very, very emotional. Very, very, very emotional when I received my LOE. Yeah. Compared to everyone, you guys have received an LOE. I've yet to receive mine. So please, never really promise your clients. I really have no idea. So what went wrong? Now, this training allowance was given from 1st of April 2020 all the way to 31st December 2020. Or all the training grant, no, all the claims must be submitted by 28 December 28 February 2021. Now, this is something that just to let you all know that all the training company, all the ATO, they will stop their class, the last day of the class by 31st December. Why? Because the effective funding will be 31st December. Therefore, do you all hear the plane flying? Do you hear the sound of the plane?
Yes.
Sounds like
Okay, give me a
thunder.
minute. Give me a minute. Sorry, I think I'll just let it fly off.
Why you want to shoot the plane?
No, I just want to show off that I have a plane, private jet.
Show off.
I can't help but to show off, you know, flashy. Give me a minute. The plane is flying.
Disturb you with it.
Very, very. I can't really hear myself. That's why I'm scared also affect you guys also.
Oh, you staying in Changi there?
No, he don't stay
Yeah.
there.
I don't stay in Changi. How I wish I
Somehow
stay
always
in Changi
suppose he go
Airport.
Punggol or go jog leh.
Rangoon. No.
I went
Sembawang.
jogging today at from Manton House, our office, all the way to MBS, Boat Quay, MBS, Tanjong Roof to Lavender with my ex-colleagues.
Today?
Yep, this morning I started jogging at 6:30.
Wow, show off.
Of course, can't
Freak.
help but to show off.
Health freak.
Okay, so I think it's still there, but it's okay. I got no idea why it's happening also. So just note that this is the funding set aside for 1st of April 2020 all the way to 31st December 2020. And all the claims must submitted not latest by 28 February 2021. So this is something that you have to let your clients know about it. And supposedly, you know, after the program, they're supposed to attend after the program within 30 days, they must submit the claim. They must submit the claim to NTUC E2I by email over. However, they are quite lenient. If you miss 30 days, it's okay. They can accept it. Yeah, but on paper, they tell you within 30 working days. Okay, so this is something that you can share. You don't need to share this with your client. Please do not share this with your client. This is just for your extra information only. Okay. Why do I know that? Because I've been calling them to check on them, ask them, and stuff like that. Yeah. So for all NTUC members, if you are NTUC union members, before 1st of March 2020, you will have a funding of up to $11 per hour. But if you are a new member who sign up after 1st of March 2020, your funding is only up to 10.50 only. Therefore, it's always good to tell your clients that it's up to $11 only, because we will not know that whether their fundings or their NTUC union member was applied after 1st of March or before 1st of March. So this is something it would be best to tell them that up to $11, which is why during any of my sharing presentation and stuff like that, I always tell them it's up to $11. I will not give them a definite answer.
Yeah, so need there's a typo error, right?
Which area, sorry?
The NTUC training fund,
NTUC training.
$1 per hour. Should be $10. Should be
Oh no. Okay, $10. There will be $10. There will be $10 already, and on top of that, this is extra $1. So
okay.
there will be a total of $11.
11. Okay.
Yes. So and then for new union members up, will be extra 50 cents. So it will be up to 10.50 per hour.
Okay.
So if you want to have more information, if you want to chat about it, you can direct your clients to this website also. This is the official website to go for the training fund.
So
Now,
that I'm clear, this letter is submitted when you apply for it, or when you apply for the course, or you're applying for the claim.
okay, I'll go into this soon.
Okay.
So we'll just see that this is the criteria for it. So this is SEP, and then go into SIR. Okay, so what is SIR? This is for people who are self-employed mostly for most of us are in this group. So we are self-employed, so we can apply for all these things. These are the criteria. Why am I bringing this out? Because they have to be Sir before they can go for SEP. Mostly are in this manner. Okay. So for those who are married, you can take a look in this area. Now they put out there 30 days. I really have no idea. So this is for Sir. Okay. Now, if you are wondering if you have clients who are sole proprietor and then they are just thinking that whether would be like eligible for it. So if you are self-employed and then and they are hence considered for Sir, they'll receive SIR if they meet for all the eligibility criteria. If they are sole proprietor listed in the business with ACRA. However, if they are, like shareholders, directors in a company who are employees listed as a business owner with ACRA, then they will not be eligible for SERS. Okay, so they'll be receiving CPF, they'll be receiving JSS. The best thing, if your client need any help, just direct them to this hotline. Okay, yeah, this is a hotline for them to call. I promise you, there are people who answer this phone call, but they must prepare to wait up to 30 minutes before someone talk to them. You know why?
Too many people.
No, I call. Whenever I call, I always have to wait at least 30 minutes before someone talk to me. So I'll sit down there and wait and wait and wait. Yeah. Before they also say that if you want, they can call me back, but I prefer to wait, So I call and wait. But I promise you, the person, the officer are very, very helpful. Very, very helpful. So if you have any information, ask your client to call them. Ask your client to call them. They'll be very, very willing to support them. And they can give you instantaneously answer on the spot. What do they need? First thing, they just need your NRIC number, full name. And they'll check for you, whether are you on the way to receive a LOE, have you received a LOE and stuff like that. Yeah, they will check for you all these things. But if you want to know why is your LOE being rejected, then you have to email to them. You know why I know that? Because I just received an official email from them today. I first sent to them on 1st of June. And today is on the 15th of July. So I only received my official reply from them 45 days later. So I think call to them, wait for 30 minutes is worth the wait compared to 45 days waiting for an official reply in email. Okay, so this is a website, and they even have a YouTube video to share with you, guide you how to apply for this thing. Okay, this is something for it. Now, this is a letter of eligibility, LOE. LOE. So we have been waiting for this letter over here. So this is something that all of us will have to take note for this thing. Now, this is a LOE. This is my own letter. This is my own. Yeah. So for 750 for course attended and completed from 1st to 30th April will be 750. For course will be under this thing called 1st May to 31st December will be $10. On top of that, if you're NTUC Union members, and that's where Raymond was asking, was that a typo error of $1.50. This is a $10 plus 50 cents if you're a new member after 1st of March. If you're an existing member before 1st of March, you have that $1. Does that answer your question, Raymond?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the part that we were asking earlier.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. Okay. So this is LOE. Okay, this is essential, and this is important. So without this LOE, your learner will not be able to claim for SEP funding. Now, you might be wondering, Nick, what is the process like? The process for your SEP to apply for this SEP is your learner must have LOE first. Must have LOE first. They cannot attend the program ready, then go and apply for LOE. this will not be the case for them. So once if they do that, instantly they will not be eligible for the claim. So we must make a sequence very, very precise. Okay, the sequence will be the learner will have to apply for, what is it called? The learner will have to apply for LOE first before they can apply for their training program for SEP funding. Okay, so this is very, very important. So they can either submit this letter in PDF format or they can submit the email in PDF format. Now, always remind your learner that every program they sign up for, they must submit this LOE letter. They must submit this LOE letter. Why is that the case? Because without LOE letter, they will not be welcome, not allowed to claim for this thing. Okay, so please remind them. Okay, otherwise, this is an email. This is an email that I received. Just ask them to PDF the email. PDF the email also can. So in this email, they will receive the PDF letter. Okay, which is over here. Wait a minute. This is a sorry. Yep. This is the this is the over here is telling us that, okay, I have a PDF version for LE. Otherwise, I can send this email. Next, okay, to go under the Skill Future program, you can remind them to go over here. So let them know that. Now let them know that in order to check whether it's a program eligible for SEP funding, they must, okay, they must ensure that this thing called SFS, the one on the right hand side, okay, only with this logo SFS with a tick, then they are allowed to claim for SEP funding, So this is something that you have to share with your learner. But so far, over at our side here with WizHut and Wet Lab, we only have 4 programs that has SEP funding. When we first started, we only have 1 only. But today, we have up to 4 of them already. Okay, so this is one thing also. Yep, so they can go for this. Now, this is a very, very essential piece of paper. This is Annex B. They come with this LOE letter. Inside there will remind your learner whichever program they attend to, they want to apply for SEP, they must always, they must always follow the following criteria, following requirement and submit them before they can get their claims. Okay, and normally for the TA training allowance to receive training allowance, make a guess, how long would it take before they can receive a training allowance?
2 months.
2 months, okay. Any more? Any more? You're very quiet tonight, eh? I'm a bit worried. No one wanna guess tonight.
I guess already. What do you mean no one? I'm no one.
Oh, 1 minute, the rest of them. I know
I'm
that you
also
guess.
somebody.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'll give you an answer. Up to
Noisiest.
yeah, the rest are very, very quiet. I'm also very worried about it. Up to 5 to 6 months. Up to 5 to 6 months to receive.
5 to 6 months. Wow.
Up
Alicia
to
say
5
1
to 6
month.
months.
Forget
Alicia,
what
thank you so
course
much.
already.
It's up to 5 to 6 months, So, remind your client, and manage your expectation. Yeah, so sometimes they might say, wow, why so long and stuff like that. No idea. This is up to 5 to 6 months, okay? So please remind your learner about that. Yep. And they can claim the money either by gyro, pay now, and stuff. Okay, so we look into this form, what is being required over here. First of all, they must, after they gotten all these things, and then they will need to submit email to SEP, this email address over there. This will be included inside their letter. Okay, their letter. Okay, so they have to email to them. Now type claim followed by your submission ID number. This ID number, every time you go for your program, you need to submit your ID number. So this ID number is unique, which I'll also be sharing with you after which how to go inside there to take a look at it, how to generate an ID number. So please remember this step so that when you have learners who are into this area, need this claim, you'll be able to advise them. So copy of your NRIC front and back, copy of the tax invoice, payment voucher of the completed courses, copy of the endorsed training cert, form A1, copy of the signed PDPA acknowledged form, form B1, and then of this thing.
Where do you get the form A1, B1 from? It's from you guys?
Okay, A1, actually, in fact, A1 and B1, they come together with the LOE letter, LOE. But once you submit your application form with a LOE, the training provider, the TP, will know that you are a SEP applicant. If you never submit your LOE, if you don't submit your LOE, then the TP will not know that you are applicant of SEP. Therefore, it's no fault of the training provider not to issue you a letter, your training slip. Just to share with Agnes, because Agnes and I were in this class, and then we have this learner, was making a lot of noise, saying, hey, how come does not have this, how not have that? I'm going to check out what is the root cause of it. Okay, the root cause is a SEP applicant, but he did not submit his SEP, the LOE letter. Therefore, if he never submits his LOE letter, the training provider will not know that he's a SEP applicant. When you do not know about that, the training provider only give you one thing end of the day. What would that thing be?
Certificate.
Yes, certificate
Training
of
slip.
completion. Certificate of completion. Not even training slip. Okay, certificate of completion only. Yeah, why do I know that? Agnes encountered this herself also. Yeah, that was why Agnes she was asking, what happened to that piece of missing training certification slip. Yep. Let's go into detail. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please note that this is called certification of completion. Okay, certification of completion is only issued by IPOS. COC. Why only issued by
No
IPOS?
assessment.
Yes, thank you so much. No assessment. Therefore, only this will be issued by IPOS. Okay, only issued by IPOS. In the event, your learner lost this certificate of completion due to whatever reason, okay, what can we do? This will be an e-copy form. This is an e-copy cert. No, will not be a physical copy. Okay, what would they need to do?
Call iPod.
Resend.
Yes. They can write to us. We will help them to get it with the full name. As long as give our full name and NRIC number, we'll be able to churn out this cert for them again. We're able to find out this cert for them again. This certificate of completion will not be in my Skill Future portal. Okay, will not be my Skill Future portal. So do not let your client have this misconception. Oh, if you've lost this thing and go to my Skill Future portal, go and find it. You'll not find it there. Have any one of you yet to go into my Skill Future portal to take a look at it? Never been there before? Have you all been to your own Skill Future portal before?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah.
Okay, so you went there
But
before.
you have a e-certificate, you still have a copy your email.
They will send it to your email. This
But
will
you won't-
this will send it to your email.
But you will not lose it unless you delete it.
Well, sometimes by mistake we might, sometimes
Yes,
by
when they
mistake we might
delete it.
delete
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, yeah.
that would be a shame, I often do that. I confess I often do that by mistake. Yeah. So I often lose my stuff. So this is a certificate only issued by IPOS because as what NS has mentioned earlier, there's no assessment. Okay, there's no assessment. So this is if your learners are going for IPOS program, this is something that they must submit. Okay. Now, what is this?
SOA is when we finish one module or a course, then we get the SOA.
Every module will have an SOA. Okay. SOA is only given when you complete with assessment. So when you have assessment, you complete your assessment, you are certified competent, okay, then you have your SOA. And this SOA will be founded in your this thing called your My Skill Future portal. Okay, so this is something that we can get it over there. For the other programs that we are talking about later, that I'm going to share with you, all of them have SOA, so they can find it over there. Now, this is Form A1. This is Form A1 found in the LOE letter, which is why we emphasize to you that if your learner is going for any program that is SEP funding, he or she has a responsibility to submit the LOE to WISHART. So once they submit the LOE to WISHART, we'll be able to let them know. Now, you may be asking, Nick, can we do that during this? We have a reminder for them at the self-registration form. We do remind them also. So please help us to follow up if you know that your learner are SEP applicants. So what do they need to fill over there? Very, very simple. So this thing is for them to let them know that the one on the left hand side, we have just give all the information over there. These are the programs they're attending. And please, okay, also remind them to keep a lookout for this thing called the training course code. Do you all see the training course code highlighted in yellow? Do you all see that?
Yep.
Do you know what is that? Okay,
On the
this
right,
is a
the course code number.
yes, this is a training code number. This is a training code number. Now, everyone note that because there's a few numbers of SFDW, Skill Future Digital Workplace, so please ensure that course code is accurate. If the course code is not accurate, if the officer from NTUC and E2I log in and check already, they cannot verify for that, then this thing will be rejected.
Hello?
So then they have to go through again and to wait for it. So this will be unnecessary waiting time for your learner. So please ensure that this will be essential. This is essential. Have to be inside there. Okay. So just remind your learner to check that their name and their NRIC number are correct, because this is generated by human, so cannot discount that there might be some human error at times also. So just ensure that all these informations are filled in accordingly. Now, remind your learners one thing also. If your learner do not want to switch on the camera during the course, do not want to switch on the camera at all, they leave the camera, they switch on the camera throughout the whole training program, there's a high possibility that they will not receive any of the training program, and they will not be deemed as so-called as attend at least 75%. Okay, so this is essential. Please remind them. Let them know that they have to switch on the camera, sit in front of the program, sit in front of the camera to attend the whole program. If they need to leave, at least they have to ensure that they have 75% attendance. Okay, now this is a training certificate provided by another company. This is provided by another company. Okay, this is provided by EVI, Everest. Earlier, that one was provided by IPOS. Okay, so just take a look at this thing. So this is a training certificate that the rest of the ATO will give to your learner.
Nick, can I ask something?
Yes,
Just to
please.
confirm the sequence. So when we apply for the course and we are applying for this SEP, right? That means you have to give this LOE with pre-filled for form A1 and B1.
Okay. In fact, they no need to this one you submit LOE will do LOE, and then the ATO will generate form A1 for them.
Okay. So that means if the learner basically just send the blank LOE with, as long as the learner's name's up there at the header, it's okay already.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Then
Because sorry.
then after the course, then we have to fill in this, or we wait for the TA to send back the NXB, the form A1, form
Okay, the
B1.
TP, the training provider, will will send back to us within 2 weeks after we attended the program.
Okay.
2 weeks. Yeah, so they'll email to you this the training slip and this form A1 inside there. So this is all the particulars they will fill in for us,
Okay.
your name,
Okay.
your NRIC number.
So
So
this
this is
filling
something
in says to be
provided.
filled in by the trainee is actually done by the training provider.
Yeah, the training
This
provider will do it for them.
portion here where you highlight in yellow
Everything. All this information will be completed when you come back.
when it comes back. Okay, plus
Yes,
the
correct.
cert lah.
Yes, plus a cert. So the email they receive will receive two things. First one, will they receive this LOE, they will receive their training, the certificate of completion. Second one will be the training certification slip, which is the one
Okay.
I'm showing on the screen now. This is a training certification slip. This
Okay.
is for IPOS. So all the
Okay.
information will be filled inside there. That's why, as I mentioned earlier, that because this is a human, that this is
Yeah.
done by a human.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then the other question I have is then, okay, submission ID you'll tell me later, right? The other question I have is that as a consultant, how do we check that our applicant actually sent in their LOE? Is there a way?
You can do a back end check with us.
Okay.
You can inside the chat group or in your email, you can just write an email to admin@wishart.com. If not inside the chat group, you can check with either Charmaine or Yufen.
Okay.
Because
But this
instantly
has
we
to
will be able to check.
be done before the training happens, or what?
Yes, done before the training happen.
Okay.
Have to check for them.
Okay.
Because we have two cases currently, they did not submit. So when they did not submit about it, the rest of the learner receive it already. And they make a big hoo-ha of it. They say, hey, how come we never receive it and stuff like that.
Okay.
Then we go and look into the whole details and we realize that, oh, no one saw that they are SEP. Yeah, no one knows about it. So only they themselves know about it, but yet they did not submit their LOE letter.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then all these only come back after 2 weeks after the course. Then
2 to 3
we'll
weeks.
2 to 3 weeks. Then we have but then we have that 30 working days from the end of course. That means you only have 1 week to send back to SEP 2020 V3 at E2I.
Yes, normally it's stated 13 working days, but so far I've called them and checked with them. They are very kind to say that they will accept it lah.
Okay. Wow, we
But
need to put a lot of calendar reminders.
How many have you attended so far?
I just attended one, but just to understand the process. I mean, if we are working with our learners, right? If we are getting people in, we have to shepherd them in carefully also, right?
Yes. So this is because you guys don't do the front back end side. So we guys always garner from the learners.
Yeah. Okay. But at least if we know what are the different timestamps, right? So it's easier to follow up also, because then not too many surprises lah.
Yes, correct. You get used to it lah. Once you are in this what's that called, process for a bit more longer.
But the process is even for all the different ATOs you're working with lah.
Same, all the same.
All same, huh?
All the same.
Timelines all about the same also lah.
It's all the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks.
Welcome. So this is by Everest, or the rest of the ATO will be giving this form. This will be the same. This will be the case for this will be the case for the ATO. Give a minute. Now, this is another form that a lot of people will be causing misunderstanding. You know, this is a PDPA form that have to be endorsed by the learner only endorsed by the learner. There'll be no one else that can endorse on this form because this is a PDPA form and the learner have to endorse on it. The training provider will not be able to endorse on it. The learner will endorse on this thing. This form comes together with the LOE. Comes together with the LOE. So within the LOE form A1 and this is a form B1. So after they receive the training slip from the company, they receive the form A1, be filled up, they have to endorse on this thing called this form. Only then you will be welcome to submit this thing to them. Okay, so this is very, very essential. Please get your learner to sign on this thing. Do not ask the training service provider to provide this for you. Okay, this is a form that need your learner to sign. So let them know that they have to sign because we have learner that write email to us and say, hey Nick, you know, always hard. What lab? Where is my PDPA form? Those all of us will be scratching our head. What PDPA form are you talking about? Yeah, so this is the form that they need to submit on their end. No, sorry, they need to sign on their end, endorse on their side. So let them. So you see the arrow at the bottom there. That's where they need to endorse. Every time they apply for it, they need to endorse one. Of course, you know, if they want to, they can prepare a digital one, so they can recycle the digital one whenever they submit their LOE applicant. No, yeah, SEP applicant. Okay, so far.
Can we do this upfront? That means once we get it, we fill it in, and then when we apply for the course, the signature's already there.
Can. So this is something that this
And
page
we
will
leave
never
the-
this page will
yeah.
never change.
And we just leave the date blank lah. Just sign
Yes.
there. That's okay, right?
Just so when they want to submit, they just fill in the date again, lor.
Okay. So, what comes back from you guys after the course? You will send back form A1 separately from form B1, or it's all going to be in the whole LOE again?
Okay,
also?
B1 will not be issued by the training provider, cannot,
Okay.
because this is something that endorsed by the learner. We only send few things to you, to the learner. First one,
Okay.
certification of completion. If
Okay.
the learner is doing IPOS SLW, if not, they'll be having the SOA. SOA will be upload into my SkillsFuture portal. So
Okay.
they will have to go up there to check on their own SkillsFuture portal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So many things to help them
But
do.
we will send to them one thing for
Okay.
sure: training script. Sorry. Oh, no, they will just have to do it on their own. They will do it on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the training service provider web lab site was issued to them or emailed to them the certification of completion. Part 2, the training slip, the training attendance slip. If they are applying for their SEP, which is why we have to let them know that LOE must submit to us before they attend the class. So that's why the trainings provider will know that they are the applicants for SEP.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is something we'll send to them. So plus form A1 plus form A1.
Okay.
So only these 3 things will be sent to them if
Okay.
they go for IPOS program. If they're attending other ATO program to apply for SEP, they'll only receive 2 things: form A1 and training certification slip.
Okay. Clear. All right.
So far, okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Form B1, this PDPA form, this is the PDPA form. No one will send to them except they themselves. They have to endorse on it and then have to attach in their email. Okay, so these are all included inside their LOE letter. All this will be stated very, very clearly to them.
But it's not a separated document, right? So we have to help the trainee separate this document, or just sign at the end and it's okay already, and just pack it as one whole LOE when they.
They'll package it together as a one LOE.
Okay.
Yeah. And after which, this is a tax invoice. This is a sample from IPOS. So once they pay for this program, Okay, either by for IPOS, either they pay by SkillsFuture credit or by cash, whether they're NTUC Union members or non-NTUC Union member. That's why you see over here, she's an NTUC Union member. She's only paid $10 for this program only. And so this is a tax invoice so that she will need to submit this news. She need to submit this to
Okay.
E2I. Yep. Okay, this will also issue to her. This was sent to her before the class commence. So this thing
Before
plus
class, okay.
plus a link was sent to her.
I didn't get it yet.
Sometimes maybe if they might have to take a while also before they receive before you receive it. This is
Okay.
a payment that you settle your payment.
Okay.
Nick, sorry. Just now you mentioned the Form B1. How will
Okay.
the lender
Yes.
be informed?
Form B1, this is the form they have to endorse on their own. In their LOE letter of eligibility, they will receive Form A1, Form B1, and the first part to show them that congratulations, their application, they are now
Oh, okay.
SEP applicant. So these
You'll
are
be all in the email.
yes, inside the PDFR for them. They have all been
Okay.
included inside the PDFR. The only thing that the training service provider will not send back to the learner is Form B1. Form B1. Why is that the case? Because Form B1 will have to be endorsed by the learner on their own. The training provider will only send either this depends on which service provider. This is by Everest or by maybe by Music Factory, Singapore Spy Institute. Now this one will be sent by this give me a minute. This will be sent by this is a sorry give me a minute. Let me try to get it out. Yep. The one over on the right hand side is by IPOS. This will be the version by IPOS. Okay. So all this will come together as an email in the PDF.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. So as I mentioned earlier, this is part of the PDF also, inside the PDF. So all this information are stated inside there. Their NRIC, they must submit also. Every time they submit for their SEP application, funding, the TA training allowance funding, they have to submit all these things. Everything they must submit. So the tax invoice, which I seen earlier, or payment receipt, endorsed training certification, Form A1, Form B1, the PDPA form, they must submit on their own. They must submit on their own. And last but not least, the issue letter or email by E2I, NTUC, or CPF board on the certified mention that they are the SEP applicant. Okay, so if they want to submit by email, they have to PDF their email on it. Then they can submit. Okay, so far?
For every single course, they have to resubmit a new application.
No, they have to submit all these things for every application. Now, for every training allowance they are going to apply, they must submit all these things. So if they go for 10 courses, okay, so they
10
must
times.
repeat this process 10 times. They must
Okay.
submit the IC, LOE 10 times. Yeah, don't ask me why. Okay, I asked them also. They say, just submit, lor.
So WSS no need, right? Everything no need, right?
WSS no need. WSS once they have received the letter, backend will check. Yeah, the backend will check. Okay, so that's why WSS side you have to let them know that the funding is only up to 90% only, but then you have to go and check, verify. Yep. Okay, now this is a very tricky part. Okay, this is a very tricky part. Now, if you find the earlier part is painful already, it's okay, no problem, because you are new to it only. I know Paul is laughing all the way, saying, "What am I getting myself into?" You know, but rest assured, this is not done by you also. This is not done by you. I promise you. Okay, you just need to do one thing only. I'll send you the link for this part. You can just need to send this thing to your learner. Just need to send this thing to your learner to do it. Only your learner can do it only. What do they need to go to? They need to go to this thing to get this thing called submission ID. Submission ID. Just now Paul was asking, where do I get my submission ID? So Paul, this is the part that you are being asking for. Submission ID, you only generated from this place. Okay, so when your learner come to this portal, submit the basic information, then they will instantly they'll get the submission ID. And with this submission ID, they'll key inside the email address, the heading. Then together with all the information required, they can claim, they can submit for their what's that called, for their SEP training allowance. Okay, so this is something for it. Jinder, everything okay for you, Jinder? Hi, Jinder, are you there, Jinder?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, today
I'm
we are
here.
looking at this thing called self-employed person training allowance. So you missed the front portion, not a problem. So if you need any support, let me know earlier or let me know. I can share with you later. So Jasmine, are you okay so far, Jasmine? Because you just joined us earlier, so not too long ago.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, I know
Yeah, thank
Jasmine
you.
also. I know that Jasmine also have a lot of question mark too. Okay, so if anything that if you're not sure, just let me know. I'll do my best to share with you all. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Now, so just know that this submission will be, although you put out there 5 to 10 minutes, but I promise you it's very, very fast. Okay, so bring along a copy of training certification A1 to get endorsement. In fact, this part we'll do it for you already. Fill in the personal details below, submission of the claim form, you receive a claim ID number on the spot instantaneously. Okay, so let us go to the website now to take a look. Let me go to the website. Okay, so we are at this website over here. So this they have to let them, we have to let them know that which mode do we have. We're going to apply LE issued by E2I, cert letter by NTUC or by CPF. So this is compulsory. So let's say I click LOE. So this is by, let's say that numbers, everything, stuff like that, basic information, all these are included inside there. Now, SSIC. Do you know what's called SSIC? Over here, SSIC.
The working industry.
Yes, okay. So this is compulsory. So let your learner know that they have just to click, they will just need to click on this thing. There's a drop down box. So ask them to check what is their, give me, why can't I just, okay. So just need to check which one is it, click onto it, and that's okay already. Okay, so if they have a company number, so they can key in a company number. If they don't have, it's okay, not a problem for that. Because most of them are self-employed, so they might not have a company number. I say if I'm the one applying for today, I will have to key in my company number. So NTUC Union member, are you or not? Now, this is the part that I have tell you all that please be very mindful. Remember the training course ID number, which is stated very, very clearly in the form A1. Form A1. So you see, just key digital skill future. There are abundance of skill future. Okay, take a look at this thing. From here, all the way skill future. So which is which? Therefore, please ask your learner to refer to A1, form A1 for this part. Okay, and then they will be included inside there already. And then please key in IPOS International. This is the name for SLTW. If you are training vision, sorry, if it's Everest, then key in Everest. If it's Music Factory, then key in Music Factory or First Media. So far, we only have these 4 partners at this point of time for our SEP training allowance. Okay, so far okay? Okay, so once this is done ready, so this is the bank detail, mode of payment, either gyro, pay now, or non-cross check. Then once they are okay ready, they tick this button and they click submit. Submit. Once this thing click submit ready, instantly, they will receive this thing called their submission ID, will receive their submission ID. This will be something which is going to be like, okay, so this is a successful one, and then they will submit to you. They'll give it to you instantly, your ID, and then just with this ID, you can just with this ID, You can just key inside there. Give me a minute.
This submission ID is like a docket directly to you, right? It's not to the course and not to it's
Nope.
to the learner.
Yep, to the one who submit on it instantly. Yeah, so they will not receive it. Sorry, they will receive it instantly. So with this submission ID, they just need to key inside the email address, the email title. This is part of the title they must put inside there. So if it's what is stated over here, give me a minute. Okay, so you see, this is a claim. See this thing that I draw a box over there? Yeah, so they put a claim submission ID. So they must put an asterisk. No, so they must put a hex sign. This hex is compulsory also. Yeah, so the hex will be part of the ID number followed by AQ. So this will be part of their ID, hex followed by an AQ, and then behind by a series of number. So this is instantly they receive it. Okay. Any question for me so far? Jinder?
Nick, this one I will have there will be the video in the Facebook, right?
Yes.
I will go through. Okay, I
Yes.
will go through because.
But so far, are you okay with it so far? At this point of time?
Yeah, so far okay.
Okay, so this is for people who are self-employed and they have gotten this thing called SEP, self-employed person training allowance. So they have to apply for it, and then once they got it, they can come for this over for this program. So for this training allowance, and so far we have four programs offered by our three training partners. ATO, they have this program that is up for eligible for this funding. Okay, so if you don't have, and then we look into this thing. So this is the four pauses. The first one will be iPause, Skill Future Digital Workplace. Okay, this is one of them, which is easily achievable because there's no assessment for it. So I'm pretty sure that you all know that some of you have attended this program before. So there's no assessment. So it's quite an easy program. There's only 14 hours only. This funding will tag along to the total number of hours the program is designed for. If it's 14 hours, the funding will be up to 14 hours. If it's 16 hours, will be up to 16 hours. Okay, so let's say that SEP this iPause digital workplace is only 14 hours only. But I know that there'll be some training service provider that do the same title called Skill Future Digital Workplace. Theirs might be 16 hours. So that will be extra 2 hours of funding for them. Ours is only 14 hours only. Now with regard for the rest of the program, so this will be under Music Factory First Media, they will be 16 hours or 17.5 hours. So this will be tagged accordingly. So Creative Music Factory, the latest one that we have on board will be WSU Creative Storytelling, and then the First Media Content Marketing Design, Thinking, and Visual Communication Essentials under Photoshop. So this will be the 4 programs that have SEP funding. So if you've been thinking that, hey, some of you may be wondering why we do not have it. Now we have it already. So you have no reason to feel rejected, because initially when this thing was just launched, I know that Chi-Seng was keep asking me, Nick, why we don't have it? Why we don't have it? Yeah, Chi-Seng, now we have 4 already. So we are growing the list. So do your best. Just share with your friends. Reach out to them. If they need this thing, this will be a very, very useful one, and that they can get it on their own, on their site. Alicia, everything okay for you, Alicia?
Okay.
Any question, because you're also new also, so that to ensure that you start on the right track.
No question, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, sure, no problem with that. Lavelle, okay, Lavelle?
Uh,
Yes, Jinder.
sorry. Okay. So if besides these four courses,
Hmm.
we no need to attach the LOE, right?
No. You must attach all as LOE. You must submit
No,
attach
no,
LOE.
because this one is hourly paid. Let's say I attend another course,
Mm.
goal. What is that? Turning ideas into goal. Also must attach LOE.
Okay, no, turning idea into gold does not have SEP funding, does not have this
So
NTUC
no need
training
lah.
allowance, so no need.
Okay.
Okay, so you only have these four courses offered by three training service provider. The first one is IPOS, Music Factory, First Media. So only under this four program, then your learner must submit LOE, must submit LOE.
Okay. Maybe Nick, I ask you another question.
Sure.
Maybe there may be people who says, "Aya, I don't want to claim." Do you have such people? Then they don't want to attach the LOE because they must submit the IRAS and all. Some people say, "Aya, never mind, never mind," because it's happening to me for one. Aya, never mind, it's okay. They don't want to submit.
Congratulations, you have abundance client. So far, my clients are in scarcity mode. They say, Nick, any program I want to submit, I can claim.
Okay,
You know, so congratulations, you attract the right group of clients. I wish I'm like you also.
okay.
I even have learners who come to me during my class and ask me, hey Nick, you know how to do this and how to do that. They will chat with me also. Yeah, so this is something that I'm not like you, you know. I still have a lot of learners that come to ask me about LOE. Yeah, but LOE is not there's a criteria which I mentioned earlier. So you can go through the video, so you can take a look at it, and then you can get yourself familiarized with LE SEP, the training allowance. Indeed, there are people who are not interested in it because they have to submit their IRAS. Not all SEP applicants will be successful also. Like for my case, you know, I know that you were asking earlier also saying that how long does it take to receive SEP? For myself, no, I submitted only 5 days or 4 days later than NG, but it took me 3 months to get it. Yeah, but for many of you might just get it 5 days, 1 day. Yeah, you are the fortunate one. Yeah, but I received 3 months later. Don't ask me, I also got no idea why also. Okay, so far this is the case, but honestly, this is quite a very effective one, and this is very essential for self-employed person who need support in this area.
Okay, one more question. No
Yes.
advance for the 500. No advance. So far.
So what advance 500?
No, October we are going to get $500, right? Because some of my learners say they no more money already.
Okay.
So they all have to wait till October. So far, no advance.
No, so far not for us. Not for us, but for some of them, if they're taking the program, maybe let's say like CET, like SMU, NUS, Singapore Poly, Republic Poly, yes, they might receive the advanced one to do it. But for normally for ATO, we don't have it yet. It will be in October.
Nick, you're saying there are going to be 2 top-ups for the SkillsFuture. When's the second one?
Second one will be in October 2020.
The first one?
Okay, the first batch, the first tranche was given to us in 2016.
Okay.
That was the first tranche. The second tranche will be given to us in October 2020.
Okay, I thought there was a third one as well.
Yeah, the third one will be for those aged 40 years old to 60 years old. This is for the mid-career enhancement.
When will that be?
Also in October 2020.
Oh, so 2 types of top-ups in 2020.
Yes, in October 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, so that will be the 2 type over there.
Nick,
yes.
Have you mentioned that there's expiry date?
Thank you so much for the reminder. Yep, the expiry date for the second tranche will be in October 2020. So that is the were given to us. So they expired in 2025, 5 years later. 2025, they were expired. For the first tranche that was given to us in 2016, there was no expiry date. But for the one given to us in 2020 October, that will expire in 2025, 5 years later.
Okay, so how does this relate to there's one December 2020 expiry, that one is for the SEP program.
That's for SEP this is for SEP program only. So
Okay.
SEP program, because this will be maybe renewal basis. So maybe by then the funding scheme might stop. We will not know about it.
Okay.
Just like July 1st, WSS replace WIS.
Okay.
Yep. So they might have a new scheme by then.
Got it. Okay.
Mm. So that $500 will be given to us in October 2020. So that'll be the
Those
second
that are
tranche.
currently on WTS, how do they know whether they'll be eligible under the WSS? Will they be contacted or they have to go and apply again?
Come again, sorry, can you repeat your
Those
question
that are
again?
already on the WTS scheme, how would they be informed about the WSS one? Would they have to apply again or they be informed that this is changed?
For those who might be under WSS, they are known as the low wage workers, LWW, and then they will have to, they will receive a letter. By right, they should have received a letter by today already. They received the letter that they mentioned that they are eligible to be so-called applicant under WSS. If they have yet to, they can give them, they have a hotline number to call also. I called too. I promise you, it only takes 20 minutes. No need 20 minutes for the phone to be answered. And then they will check. Instantly, you will know that whether are you applicants of WSS. Yeah, so that will be very, very fast. That will be very, very fast in this area. So your learner will receive the WSS letter by now they should have received it already. Yeah, sorry, earlier I made a mistake. For the second tranche of for the third tranche of $500 for those who age 40 to 60, it should be in December 2020. In December 2020. So sorry about that. I mixed up the dates. Yeah, so it should be in December 2020 for those who age 40 to 60 years old. Okay, that'll be in December 2020. For the first tranche, for the second tranche that's given to us will be in October 2020. October 2020. Now, some of you might be asking, saying that, oh no, just like Jinder was asking earlier, saying that most of her clients, her friends, saying that, oh, they have no money already and stuff like that. Yeah. So if they are going to the program, let's say with CET, like SMU, as mentioned earlier, this kind of service provider, yes, you might have a chance to use it. You might have a chance to use it. You receive your second tranche of 500 earlier. Now, for those who are going for ACTA, those used to be ACTA or ACLP now. Yeah, I heard that I can also get my second tranche of 500 earlier also. Yeah. So that for those who are interested to be a trainer, you can go for ACLP. You might be able to get your 500 earlier. So otherwise, all of us will get our 500 in October 2020. So far, okay? Anything for me today? Any question? Any question?
Hope. Sorry.
Yes,
Hope you
Stephanie.
got more good news for us.
Hope that I got more good news for you. What kind of good news are we looking at, Jinder?
Now it's only 4.
Oh, okay, can, no problem. Now that we only have 4, I'll remind my dear colleague who is right inside in this chat, in this Zoom chat now. My dear fellow colleagues, please get more good news for us. Okay, please get more good news for us. We need y'all. Okay, they were asking already. They'll know who they are, and they'll go and pray and manifest for more good news to share. Yes, Stephanie, have any question earlier?
Today I just spoke to Yu Fen about how to get the LPM $200 after completing. So I just want to share with the team. Yeah. So today Yu Fen say just go to myskillsfuture.com to go and get your SOA and download and send an email with all the 8 modules, which is 6 electives, 6 major, 2 electives, and then forward to admin@witshut.com. Then she will forward to the provider and she'll prepare all the necessary back-end work to get the diploma of leadership management to send to the learner. Yes. Then they will be given the $200 directly from the government. I think so. Yes.
Yep.
And because my learner actually asked, she was planning to leave the company. So will it affect? So the answer is no, because they have to go and download the SOA by themselves and submit to our company, which is us. All right? Yeah, just to let you all know. That's
Thank you
what
so
I found
much,
out.
Stephanie.
Thank you.
Yeah. So just know that because this will be attached, this SOA will attach to the learner and not attached to the company. Yeah. So this will be something beneficial for the learner. Okay. If you have no question, then I have a question for you already. Okay, Glenn. Oh,
Yes.
look at Jinder's laughter. Glenn, can you
Yes,
share
sure.
with me what have you heard today?
A lot of theoretical thing, but practical thing has not been done yet. So
Okay.
I need to do a lot of adjustment. I think should be heading towards that.
Sure. Maybe you can share with us what have you heard today, the theory part.
You talk about a course fee, 90% subsidized, right? Then then we talk about SCP status. It takes about 2 weeks, roughly plus minus. And then for the LOE must be submitted to the provider. Otherwise, applicant will not get any money or any assessment for that, or any funds.
LOE must submit earlier before the class start. Yeah. If they submit later, okay, if let's say if this LOE, they did not apply for this LOE, they only apply after they attended the class, then this funding will not be eligible for them. That for this very class, for this training allowance will not be eligible for them. So they must submit, they must got their LOE first.
Submit together with the application.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Whether you are eligible for the LOE or not, just submit together. This saves a lot of problem.
Oh no, they will have to apply for it first. So actually they go to the website to apply for it.
Yeah, once the LOE is given to the learner, then for each application, the learner has to submit the application with the LOE. So whether it's applicable or not, at least it covers the person's situation. I mean, rather than after jumping why is submitted late and all that.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much. Any more that you heard?
About A1, B1 and all that. That one that one I'll come to it.
Okay, sure. No problem. Most importantly, you just have to go through it, this process, and you will be familiar with it too.
Theory is one thing, practical is another thing. You know?
Definitely.
I'm a practical guy, not a theory guy.
No issue. I'm worse than you.
Are you sure?
I'm not practical, not theory.
Then you got to buy me coffee and teach me how.
I'll buy you tea tomorrow.
Okay,
thank you. Okay, sure. Lavelle, how about you, Lavelle? What have you gathered from today's session, Lavelle? Lavelle?
Am I there?
Lavelle, your mic is not on. Okay, sure.
Yeah, you have to submit all the document together for SEP. So actually, I'm still kind of lost. I don't know, like for self-employed people, it seems like there's really a lot of document to submit in, and also the part that you mentioned about the respective form, right? It will be automatically sent to those people that is already classified as SEP, or although I don't know how it works.
Okay, what do you think? What do you think?
I really have no idea.
Okay, so far when you heard the earlier presentation, what do you gather? Let me know first. What do you gather?
I only come in when you mentioned about the document that need to be signed in. So
Oh, okay. So sorry about that. I forgotten that it came in later also. Okay. This
Sorry.
whole process, no issue with that. Please also watch the repeat also. Now, this whole process is very, very straightforward. The reason why am I going to, why, no, last week we talked about WSS and today we talk about SEP. No, we focus on these two because this is a common things that everyone is asking about us. No, and they make, why are we looking into this topic? Because this is very, very essential. And if you are not going, if you do not know about this thing, our learner not being supported, they might cause a lot of frustration for them and then they will be causing confusion for them also. And this is our overall end that we can prevent things like this from happening again. So first of all, as what Glenn has mentioned earlier, please ensure that your learner apply for LOE first. LOE. So they must apply for LOE first. So how do I apply for that? I'll send you the link for the website later. So they have to go to the website to apply for it. Now, whether will they be successful or not, we will not know about that. We will not know about that. Normally, the application form, if they submitted the application form with all the relevant information, with their IRAS, positive trade income, they must have a positive trade income, and they submitted the IRAS for 2020. And then with the NRIC and stuff like that, they should be able to receive application approved or rejected within 2 to 3 weeks. But normally that should be the case. But I have people who receive it within a day, I have people who receive it within 5 days. But for my case, I only received it on 1st of July.
If you already have SIRS, that means you automatically have LOE?
Yes. That should be the case. That should be the case.
So because I was also told that if in the email we can just print screen the page that say we already have SIRS, right? So
yes,
just submit accordingly.
You don't print screen, PDF, save it PDF. You can, so that's why I say that you can submit three mode. First of all, you can submit your LOE in PDF format, or you receive the email from NTUC or CPF board, PDF that email. Yeah, PDF it. They only receive the PDF. They only accept PDF version. So ask your client, ask your learner, PDF it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this part, so far you're okay for that? Yeah, this is essential. So only when they receive the LOE confirmation, then they come for this application for the courses. If not, they only attend the program already, then they can apply for it. I'm so sorry, no funding will be given to them. No TA will be given to them.
Okay.
Okay, so this part is, is a process.
But you apply, but the LOE comes after the course, then what happens?
Same thing, no funding, no. Therefore is our duty to ensure that they have LOE first. If not, they go for it already, they cannot have it, and then they'll put, oh, is this all because of Nick? He never stated this clearly to me. He never tell me that I must submit LOE and stuff like that. But I've already told them every single thing. They just refuse to remember.
Today only you tell me.
Okay, my fault. Sorry about that.
But you told them, you didn't tell me.
On 15th of July, then you receive all this information. So sorry about it, Glenn. Jinder, yes, you're trying to make.
Okay. What happened is if my learner is not SEP or WSS normal.
Okay.
Then how?
What do you mean by normal? What is the definition of normal?
So
AB normal.
that means this person is not working. It's not SAP. It's just a housewife.
Okay. So this person is not
So
working.
no LOE, nothing.
No
yeah.
LOE.
So
Okay, sure. So what do you wish to ask?
So if they attend any of these courses, will they get the hourly? No, right?
What do you think?
I think for the digital they will get the $10. Maybe this one they won't get. Others, the Music Factory, they won't get.
I have a piece of good news and a piece of bad news for you. Which one do you want to hear first?
Okay.
Which one do you want to hear first? Good or bad first?
Together both one time.
Okay, let me go through the bad news with you first. If you mention that this is a housewife, housemaker, they are not SEP, they are not WSS, then congratulations, they have zero funding of any kind. They only pay, if they are 90 years old, they are 40 years old and above, they come for this program at 90% subsidized. Okay, now if they are NTUC, if you're NTUC union member, this is the good news that comes in. If you're NTUC union member, they can go for SZTW at how much money, Stephanie? $10. If they are not NTUC member, they go for this program at $50 only. Everything is deductible from their SkillsFuture credit.
And then they also get the hourly, right?
No
Only for-
hourly, no hourly. Hourly is only for people with WSS and or SEP.
Okay, got it. So they don't have anything.
Okay, so please know that housemaker, they come for this program, enrich themselves, hope that one day they can join the workforce to get a job. Yes, Agnes, you are kind of excited over at your side.
I wanted to share that. Remember, WSQ is about employment. Then,
Yes.
if it's housewife, they're not employed, they don't get anything. Ask their housewife go and get a job lah.
Hey, very sensitive. So this one don't say. Don't say. Housewife will uproar.
But basically, logic, we don't tell them that they can get funding if they are housewife.
Yes.
It's just that if they want to get funding, technically they must be an employee. Okay, WSQ is about SkillsFuture workforce.
Thank you for your
empty promises.
So
that's very important. Very important, because we afterwards we get into a situation, then we
just bear in mind that all this information we have to get it correct. If you have any issue, check with us. We will do our best to give you the answer as soon as we can. Because there are times that I have to share with you, there are times that we may not be sure of the sequence also. So we have to go and confirm with our counterparts, with our colleagues, our team members from Web Lab 2.
I got to go.
Thank you so much, Agnes. Have a blessed night.
Thank you.
Sorry, you look very beautiful today.
Stephanie said that she commented they look beautiful today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
She said earlier tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, Jinza, yes. Jinza?
Sorry.
Yes, Jinza.
Okay, today Davinder overlooked. She forgot the meeting, so I will help her to go for the rewrite. I mean the.
No problem. She can always log into the Facebook group again to look at to watch this video.
Okay.
Can, no problem with that.
Okay,
Thank
good
you,
night.
Jinda.
Good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Jinda, wait, Jinda.
Yes. Yes, Stephanie.
Remember the age group, don't tell them the funding, if they're below like 40 years old, their funding, their subsidies is only 40%. Just make sure you remember that.
Subsidy is only 40%.
Below 40 years old. Yeah. So for stay-at-home mom like me, only get 40%. Yeah.
Yeah, because you kena, right? You are the young one.
Yes.
But anyway, the young one also look at it differently lah. Sometimes even a small subsidy, they are quite happy actually. Sometimes you never know.
So like what we shared last week, if you have young learners, you can consider propose to them to use PSEA, post-secondary education account, if they are 30 years old and below. So you can consider to propose to them PSEA. But this program is only offered so far by Everest, our service provider.
Okay. So Stephanie, just an update. My one customer got no money lah, but she's interested in the photography. What is one? Techniques.
Oh, the music factory photography. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Talk to Dr. Eric.
Can, no problem. You can check with Dr. Eric afterwards.
One more last thing before Jinda go off, I want to announce to everyone we are gonna have a canvassing campaign organized by me. Every 2 weeks. So if you are keen, anybody, you can just join me. Okay. So we'll work on the day.
What's that?
We're gonna walk to buildings to knock on doors.
I will join you, Stephanie. Definitely, 100%.
So we are gonna have a briefing about that. So anybody keen, please Zoom with me. Thank you.
When?
Yeah.
Soon, okay.
Yes, soon.
Okay, good night. Thank you,
Good night.
Steph.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, Jasmine. Jasmine, are you there, Jasmine? Jasmine.
Yes.
Hi,
I'm
Jasmine.
here.
Jasmine. Okay, thank you so much.
I was
just
trying
want
to play back, your recorded lesson here.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just want to share with you all something. I just know that Jasmine is my secondary school senior.
Yeah, so
We're from the same
right?
secondary school. Yeah, she's my senior, so I must call her 学姐. Okay, Jasmine, can you share with us, what have you heard so far? What
About
have
you,
you gathered? No, not about me. No, not about me. I know you heard about a lot of lousy things about. Please keep it. Please keep it
No
hush,
lah.
sweep under the carpet.
I heard nothing. I heard nothing about you. Okay, but tonight, I think I missed the front part. Today is more on the technical thing, right? Can I say that?
Yes, these 3 weeks are on technical thing because this is a common common questions that all of us are encountering. So therefore,
Yep.
these 3 weeks focusing just purely on these 3 areas so
Yep.
that you have the bullets and ammunition to answer to support your learners.
Yes, I think I like the Friday one where it's the product orientation.
Sure.
As a newcomer, I love it. So I think today is really more technical for me. So I was listening. Wow, team. Okay, I must really play back.
Sure, no problem. But so far, what have you heard of at this point of time? So far, anything or any feedback over your side?
No, today I share with more people on getting them. I send out more of the brochures. And some of them they express interest. Yeah, they want to learn something. So I don't know what kind of thing they want to learn, but I just send everything that I have gotten.
Okay,
so
sure.
Send out to them. I told them, get back to me, but I will get back to them to follow up. So out of those courses that I've sent, so anything that is that suitable for them, So from there I will catch up.
Okay, thank you so much, Jasmine.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. How about
Raymond?
Raymond? Raymond, how about you?
Guys, I make a move first.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank you. See
Nick.
you, Paul.
Okay, see you, Nick. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye-bye.
How about you, Raymond? You have heard anything tonight?
Yeah, I just realized that need to submit the A1 and B1 form by the learner.
Okay, sure. Okay, sure. So this is quite essential for us to remind them. Okay, is there any more over your side? Just this thing.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, sure, Ken. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your session for the time tonight. And we have come to 8:58, so it's time to conclude our session. So I'd like to wish you all the best and be safe. And this video will be uploaded soon onto our Facebook group. So if you have any support, if you need anything, just let us know. Okay, thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye, Chi Seng. Bye-bye.
Bye.